Okay, I'd like to talk about vaping today and my mods and my tanks. So, I started a while ago, not too long ago, less than a year ago, with the Sarin the Sarin drop that my older sister had recommended me. I was quitting smoking, and it worked pretty well. I had also tried the Juul system back when it came out a long time ago, and it hit similar. They're both are kind of like a cigarette, mouth to lung kind of hit with a high nicotine salt. And then, so I had bought a few of the Sarin drops in different colors, and I kind of got bored with it, so I bought a Sarin Air, and I was reading that manual for the Air, and it said that you can use nic salt and freebase liquid. So I got curious a little bit. So I ended up not really caring so much for the Air. I gave that one to my sister along with the other drop ones, the ones that look like a teardrop, and I upgraded to a Smock Nord 4 with RPM 2 coils, like the mesh ones and stuff. And I started trying the freebase stuff, and I like the freebase a lot better. It was a straight to lung hit. It kind of reminded me when I was a kid and I was smoking weed when I was younger. And the nicotine lasts longer, and it's not a direct into your blood nicotine, so I like that one. So yeah, the Nord 4, that was a pod system, and it was an upgrade really because I got to put my own coils in it. The thing I didn't like about it was Smock's quality control on that device. I bought some extra tanks or pods or whatever you want to call them, and a few of them would leak here and there, and sometimes the coil altogether would just leak right through the coil. So there was no O-rings or anything that I could fix at it because it was just a pod system. So I ended up upgrading, and I went with a completely different brand because I just decided Smock's quality control is pretty much crap for those. So I upgraded to a Vaporesso Swag 2. Actually, I have one right here. Just the silver one, and I also have a black one. I ended up buying the black one shortly later because I wanted a backup other than a pod system. So I ended up buying both of those starter kits. They came with 2 NRG tanks. So yeah, I started experimenting with flavors and different nic levels and etc. And those lasted for a while. I mean, they still work really well. They're still good, but I ended up wanting more. So then I ended up getting the Vaporesso. I really like Vaporesso, by the way. I really like the way that their mods work, and I ended up getting the Lux 2, which has a light up LED screen and everything. And you can also use the I forgot what they're called, the coils where you can make them yourself, which I'm not going to get into all that. Anyway, I mainly upgraded because I wanted a different tank and I wanted a different mod, because the thing with the Vaporesso Swag 2 is that you get these GT cores. That's what they take. Like these. And at first I was using the regular coils and the ceramic coils, but eventually I figured out that meshed was better for flavor, and they last longer. So I ended up getting mesh coils, and so yeah, I buy the Lux 2 or Lux 2, whatever you want to call that thing, and so I'll show you the problem. So with the Swag 2, it comes with the NRG tank, right? Well, the Lux 2, I thought it would come with a bigger, badder tank, or a bigger, better tank. Well, it came with this one, which I actually have on my other Swag 2, which is the NRG S tank, which is, if you compare them, they are almost identical. One's taller than the other, but they use the same exact coils. So frustrated, because these coils they're small coils, and they last about a day and a half maybe, or something like that. Like, it was ridiculous. I was going through coils like crazy. So I end up buying, eventually, I'm like, well, fuck it. I go in to buy more coils one day, and I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna buy a tank, you know, like a $30 tank or whatever. And I ended up getting the Baby Beast smoke, Baby Beast coil, or tank, sorry. And it was really funny because I actually found out, this is when I find out that the NRG tank from Vaporesso, you can put the Baby Beast, the original Baby Beast coils in there, and they're cheaper. And they come with more in a pack. So I was going to go do that. Well, I ended up getting the Baby Beast coils, and they didn't fit in my NRG tank because I bought the wrong coil. I bought the version 2 of the Baby Beast. And that really made me kind of mad because I'm like, well, now I have these coils that I can't return because you can't return coils. At least out here you can't once you buy them. And I asked the guy, I'm like, well, do you have the tank for these coils? And he did. He had the Baby Beast version 2, which is really, I mean, the coil is huge. And I was like, all right, cool. Now, I love this tank. It's awesome. It's an upgrade on the NRG, like by far, and it is smock, if you haven't realized. No leaks. One of the most solid tanks I've ever used. Well, I haven't used that many, but... And I like that it's got the locking system on top, you know, because my NRG S tank would just fall open all the time. At least the NRG, the original tank, you had to actually push a little bit, but these ones lock into place, which is really cool. So I like this one, and that's what I was using for a while. And then, I walk into the other room to grab my other tank. I go in one day to get more coils for the Baby Beast. The place doesn't have the right coils, but they do have this, the TFV 18. Now this thing is awesome. Here, I'll show you a picture of it out of the box with the red rings on it. This thing's awesome. The biggest coils I've ever seen, and I look this stuff up a lot online. I see a lot of it. These coils are freaking huge. Well, I love that. I love that tank. That was my number one tank until 3 days ago, I would say, because I went to my main vape store to get coils, and I ended up getting this one that is now on my main mod, and this is the TFV 16. It's the one before the 18, but it holds more liquid, and it's got this cool rubber thing that protects it from dropping. I have a kid, so he tends to knock my stuff over sometimes. And this thing's just bigger. I don't know how, but the flavor's better. But I got it because the 18 and the 16 coils are interchangeable between both of the tanks. So I can buy 16s or 18s. Now, basically, when I go to the store, if they don't have a 16, I can get an 18. If they don't have an 18, I can get a 16. If they don't have either, I'll get the Baby Beast version 2 tank or an NRG tank. Or not tank, sorry, coils. So, yeah, basically that's what it's all come down to. This is my first video I'm making about vaping, and vaping has saved me from smoking. I used to smoke about a pack a day, pack and a half maybe. And vaping is totally, I run now. I run to work, I have stamina, I can actually do stuff. And it's really weird. I've actually lost quite a bit of weight after I quit smoking, which I don't understand how that works. I thought it was the opposite. But yeah, so that's my quick video for today. As far as juices go, I use Monster Labs, like Jam Monster, you know, like strawberry, grape. But I use the peanut butter and jam Monster ones. Those are the best ones by far. Like banana and peanut butter jam is phenomenal. Strawberry's the best. And then when I can't get to that store to get it, I'll go to my main vape store. And they don't sell Monster Lab stuff, but they do sell Finest, which that stuff's pretty fire. But yeah, I think that's about it. Right on. Everybody have a good day.